Hello students, this is the sixth video related to the chapter the Union Parliament. In this video we will be talking about the various forms of the government and which form of the government does India have. So let's start. We have the two types of forms of government, that is the unitary and federal government. Unitary government is also known as non-federal government. If we see unitary is derived from the word unit, which means one. So a place or a country or a state which is run by one authority or by one government comes under the unitary form of the government. And a country or a state which has the division of power between various authorities, that is known as the federal form of the government, or there we have the federal form of the government. So where we have single authority, that comes under the non-federal or unitary form of the government, and the country or place which have only which has the division of power or authority is divided into two parts or into three parts, that is known as the federal form of the government. Meaning of federal setup: a federal government is a system of dividing of power between a central national government and local state governments that are connected to one another by the national government. Okay, so as I have told, federal, where the division of power is there. So here the power is being divided into national government and by the state government, just like in our country, as we have got central government also and we have got the state government also, but anyhow they are connected to one another by the national government, but the supreme power lies in the national government. So part 11 of our Indian Constitution specifies the distribution of legislative, administrative and executive powers between the union government and the states of India. So here all the powers have been distributed or is being divided. It is not there which is there in hands of one person, one country or in one particular state. It is divided. Therefore we have got the federal form of government in our country. Now the features of federal setup: first, the division of legislative administrative powers, as I have discussed just now, between the union and the state government. Second, the supremacy of judiciary to safeguard the distribution of power and to prevent any action which violates the limitations imposed by the constitution, which means that if any, as we know, the powers are being divided, but if any authority is trying to infringe or is trying to overpower the next authority or the another authority, in such a case we have got our judiciary system which will definitely safeguard our interest. And then India is a large country with 28 states and now 8 union territories. Therefore, a federal system is the only system which is the suitable to the country like India. Why? Because India is a diverse country and we have got the needs of the particular states also in a diverse form. For an example, the need and the requirement of Rajasthan state will be totally different from the need of Jammu and Kashmir, because the climatic change is there, the culture difference is there, so therefore the need which is requirement, or the maybe in Rajasthan the scarcity of water is there, but that scarcity of water we will not find in any other specific state as it is found in Rajasthan. So Rajasthan government can work more on the irrigation projects or water related projects. So similarly, the need of any other state might be something different from Rajasthan state. So therefore, diverse needs are there, and we need to have the federal form of the government. Then adequate financial distribution between the center and the state. Financially also Just like the authority, finance should be also divided for the state and between the state and the center, because in absence of the finance, any government cannot run. So therefore, for the smooth functioning of the government, we need to have adequate financial distribution between center and state. India has a bicameral legislature. Bicameral, bi means two. So that was the bicameral legislature. So now we will be discussing another cameral legislature. That is, as you can see in the chart, we have got two types of cameral legislature: unicameral and bicameral. Bicameral legislature I have already explained to you, which has two houses, and unicameral legislature which has one house, or whole of the administration of the country which runs by one house. That there we have unicameral legislature, and the place where the whole of the administration run by the two houses, that is known as the bicameral legislature. So in our country, at the center level, we have got bicameral legislature, which we all of us know there are the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But at the state level, one thing is remarkable, children. In only 6 states we have bicameral legislature, that is Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad. Okay, we have only in which 6 states? Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana and UP. Very very important, children, learn it nicely. Okay, so why I said only 6 states are having bicameral legislature? Because of its population, because of the proportional representation and population. It is thought by the constitution makers that we should have only in these 6 states bicameral legislature, because it depends on the population of the state, whereas in rest of the states of our country we have unicameral legislature, which means only one house is present, and only in these 6 states we have got the two houses, that is the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. So we can say in all of the states we have Vidhan Sabha, but Vidhan Parishad we have in limited states. How many states? 6 states. Previously Jammu and Kashmir was also there, but now lots of changes have been made in it. Now the unitary features of our constitution. Unitary features, just now all the federal features we have discussed, and now the unitary features which makes our country unitary also and federal also. So let's see what unitary features we are having in our constitution. First, a strong center. In our constitution we provided us with a strong center, the authority of the government. Though we have got the federal government in our country in which the division of power is there, but in case of conflict, if any problem arises, always the central power or the central government will prevail. So therefore we have a strong center. Then single constitution for union and state. For both the union and state we have got the single constitution. Throughout our country we have only one constitution. Then flexibility of the constitution. Flexibility means the constitution which was prepared by a constitution makers can be amended. Amended means change. So as a constitution can be amended, therefore we have the flexibility in the constitution. Now single citizenship, as all of us know that we have got single citizenship in our country, unlike the America or unlike the other countries where they provide dual citizenship, in which they have to take the citizenship of the country as well as of the state. But in India we don't have to take the citizenship of the state, so therefore we have got the single citizenship in our country. Next point, in equal representation in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Why in equal representation? Because the number of the seats are decided because of the population of the state. Like if more populated state will be there, so more number of seat will be there, and if less population of the state will be there, then less number of seats will be allotted. Then the existence of union territories. Existence of union territories give the authorities to the central government because it is directly run by the central government. Therefore, this add-ons as the unitary feature of our constitution. So in a nutshell, we can say that Indian constitution, we have got federal features also and unitary features also. So therefore we sometimes we call it as the quasi federal country also. Quasi federal means which is the combination of unitary as well as the federal features in it. Thank you. So with this we completed our first chapter, children, the Union Parliament.